Welcome back to the Munro Review. We have two very special guests with us today, and they're both from The Little Mermaid, which opens at the Selma Arts Center on May 11th. We have Maria and Josh. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Donald.
The Little Mermaid is actually a really big show to do. It has lots of costumes, lots of special effects. Tell us a little bit about, Maria, can you tell us a little bit about the Selma production?
Yeah. Traditionally speaking, like on Broadway, what they've chosen to do to simulate swimming for all of us undersea creatures is to have us on wheels. I believe in the original Broadway production, the original choice was Heelys, those shoes from like the early 2000s, that chunky sneaker with the one heel with the one wheel in the back. But to sort of modernize it and to give it a little twist, the Selma Arts Center has chosen to employ a bunch of different kinds of wheels.
Oh, okay.
So we've got undersea creatures floating around, as it were, on all kinds of different wheeled vehicles.
Okay,
and so it's a really cool and yet extremely simple effect.
Right.
That is going to be great.
So it's kind of updated then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you play.
I play Ariel.
You play the big famous part.
The Little Mermaid.
Is this something you've always thought about, that you'd like to be Ariel?
Honestly, growing up, Disney princesses were almost off limits for me, kind of for some of the same reasons that you were talking about earlier today on the Monreal Review. So the fact that I get to play a Disney princess now and someone who has such an iconic look as Ariel is amazing for me, not something that I dreamed that I would do. And it's been a really, really fun adventure, and I think it's going to be important for other little girls to see a production like this.
Exactly. So Josh, you play Prince Eric.
Yes.
So you're essentially the human in this equation.
Yes, absolutely. And in the original Broadway production, they had the humans walking, and we decided to keep that in this production. All humans will be on legs. But yeah, it's been a really interesting experience. Just because seeing the Disney movie, Eric is always present because he's kind of Ariel's drive, her reason for wanting to be human, but he doesn't sing in the Disney movie, and so I thought it was really fun with that. With the Broadway show, of course, they added some songs for him that are just really enjoyable. But it's been a really fun experience, just kind of becoming that sort of supposedly masculine figure, just that man's man that doesn't want to be a prince, he wants to be a sailor. And so it's just a very interesting experience to kind of counter Ariel's dreamer ideology with Prince Eric sort of grounded, but then sort of becomes entranced with Ariel, or with the idea of her voice after she rescues him from a shipwreck. So it's just sort of an interesting character in that he's very human, but also he's got his kind of daydreaming ideologies as well.
So Maria, I've seen you in a number of musicals. Now, Josh, I didn't know that you were a big musical guy.
I am, yeah. I mean, the only community theater shows I've done outside of a high school or a college, I've been with the Selma Arts Center. I did their production of Carrie and their production of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Recently, with Fresno City, I was in their production of The Whale, which was a lot of fun. I played Elder Thomas, a very different character there.
Exactly, yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
So, is this a big cast for Selma? I know that that there are a lot of undersea creatures.
Got a lot of fish.
Got a lot of fish. And is there a big age range?
There is. We've got spanning from children to adults. So our youngest is probably 9 or 10, and our oldest is middle-aged. I don't know. Yeah, it's like in their 50s. Yeah. In their 50s, we've got some people who are parents who are a part of our show, and then of course you've got sort of like that key musical theater like audition pool of your late teens to early 20s being your core. But it's been really fun to be in a show at the Selma Arts Center specifically that has such a wide age range. The last couple of productions we've put on there has been a pretty niche group of that young adult core.
Right.
And so this being a family-friendly show is also a family-filled cast, which is really cool.
So are you ready to get asked for your autographs by
I haven't started practicing
lots of little
yet.
kids? You got to.
Printed cards. words. I guess.
I'm really excited. Theater as youth outreach is something that's really important to me. And so taking something as iconic and as child-friendly as The Little Mermaid and bringing it on stage and making it more than it is, bigger than it is like an incredible experience that we get to be a part of. We get to reach a lot of children and teens with this project. And that's something I'm really excited
Well, that's very
about.
exciting. So we're going to be hearing from both of you in just a couple of minutes, I think. So I look forward to that.
Thanks.
But we'll wrap things up, and then we're going to come back to you.
Great.
So for our next segment, let's take a look at the list. Here's a selection of things to do during the busy month of May. Among them, one of the biggest events of the season is the debut of Broadway star Audra McDonald with the Fresno Philharmonic. She got her start with Good Company Players, of course, and her concert is part of a national tour that will be making a stop in her hometown on May 26th. Before that, the Fresno Philharmonic offers a Pops concert featuring Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue on May 12th. The Lively Arts Foundation brings Japan's premier taiko drum company to the Soroyan Theater on May 6th. It's the national tour of Drum Tao, which brings the century-old art form into the present day with explosive drumming, innovative choreography, and compelling storytelling. The audience favorite Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat opens May 24th at Roger Rocca's Dinner Theater. The Visalia Players opens That Thing Called Love on May 18th. Noises Off continues at Reedley's River City Theater Company through May 12th. And a touring production of the play Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus makes a stop on May 12th at the Tower Theater. We're going to take a break, but when we return, a performance by Maria and Josh from Little Mermaid. Welcome back to the Munro Review. And now a special performance by Maria Monreal and Josh Plowman of One Step Closer from Selma Arts Center's Little Mermaid.
You don't speak at all, do you? A smile says just as much sometimes. Dancing beats small talk any day. It's the way your feet laugh or smile lets you say so many things. Dancing is the language that is felt instead of heard. You can whisper, sing, or shout without so much as a word. Try it. Go on. Like so. Just let your emotions tell your body what to do. See how much a single gesture can reveal. And every little step, every single step is one step closer to saying what you feel. Once the music hits you, inhibitions fall away, and you find that you're expressing things your voice dare and say. Don't be afraid, let go. Soon as you surrender, what's inside will sweep on through, as the boundaries in between us disappear. And every little step, every single step is one step closer to talking loud and clear. A dance is like a conversation, except you never need to make a sound. And once you've begun, you speak as one, give and take, back and forth, round and round. a conversation, except your lips don't ever need to part. And once you've begun, you speak as one cheek to cheek, toe to toe, heart to heart. Dancing is a language that is felt instead of heard, but it says much more than language ever could. And every little step, every single step is one step closer, one step closer, one step closer to being understood.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Thank you. Well, that wraps it up for this month's episode of the Munro Review. Be sure to keep up online at munroreview.com. A big thank you to our volunteer crew, and thanks again to our guests, Kathleen McKinley, William Ramirez, Mas Masamoto, Maria Monreal, and Josh Plowman. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.